What time's it start?
101 is what it is. So
okay.
12 o'clock Eastern time, 12 o'clock Central time for us. So 12 o'clock kickoff time.
I did not know this. This is exciting.
Yeah, I know. The Christmas, go ahead. Fuck your family. Let's go football.
Let's watch football. Fuck your kids.
Get them kids their gifts early and get your ass to the TV, baby. Let's go. Indeed.
Let's do it.
Friends, countrymen, fellow degenerates, welcome to this Week 16 episode of Bets and Buds. I am Jason Smoking Token.
I'm Bobby Light.
Welcome to this episode here. Make sure you like, subscribe, add your comments here. If you like what you've been seeing, make sure you support us out here so we can keep bringing this content out to you. It's been a blast out here, Bobby.
Oh, it has been.
It's been a blast,
man.
but
this has been a fun year.
It has gone too fucking fast, though.
It
I will
is.
tell you that, man.
It's 4 months into the season already.
Oh, it is crazy, man. It is crazy. Why does baseball season seem to last so long?
Oh, because it's boring.
Oh, I guess so. Because, man, it's like, shit, this is 4 months. It's flown by.
Because it's boring.
Flown by. But
not football, baby.
Not football, because there's so much to talk about once you get into it. You deep dive into the whole action and scene out there. Thanks to Director Dave and True on the Track out here for blessing us with these beats out here. So we're going to dive into this action for Week 16. Week 16, we got some dicey matchups here because it's playoff push time, baby.
Yes, it is. Some of these teams are fighting for their lives.
Oh, man, you know what? There's a lot of teams still in the playoff matchup right now. I think, what do we got? Who's out right now? We got the Bears are out.
Yep, Bears are out.
Jets are out.
Houston, Jets.
No, the Houston's still in it.
Oh, not Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina. Yeah, Carolina's out. Tennessee's out. And we've got the Cardinals are out.
Yep, Cardinals.
Outside of that, I think everybody else has still got a. Oh well, the Deadskins or Commanders.
I like that. The Deadskins.
All right, so let's go and dive right into this action here, man. We got a Thursday night matchup here. Both teams 7-7 right here. This is almost an elimination game, pretty close.
This is.
The Saints, especially if the Rams win. The
Saints could afford to lose this game.
The Saints could afford to lose it more than the Rams. So, who do you like in this first matchup, Bobby?
I actually like the Rams to cover this 4 points in this game.
You got 4?
Home. Yep, I've got 4.
Okay.
They win at home, and I like the under at 46.
Okay. All right. So for me, everything's about a half-point difference here. So FanDuel has them at 4.5-point favorites for the Rams. I still like the Rams to cover that spread. Actually, to win that, obviously, outright. You said you like the over?
I like the under.
Oh, under? Okay, so we're in total agreement on that first one here. Total agreement on that one, the first one there. Because I had 46.5, so you had 46. So I like the under. So clean sweep to start off right off the get-go here.
Yeah, I think the Rams actually get this one. They're playing pretty decent.
They are playing good.
That offense is playing well. Now, it'll be a defense. I mean, New Orleans defense is still stout.
Oh, yeah. Defense is very stout.
Defense is stout.
They killed old Tommy DeVito.
Oh, yes.
The Paisan. They killed the Paisan's dreams right there. They killed the Paisan's dreams on that one. Who do you like fantasy
in fantasy this week? I like Taysom Hill. He actually came back from injury last week. They kind of slow played him in. They only gave him 3 actual touches, and they all of them came in the first half. But he goes up against the 28th ranked fantasy opposition against tight ends this week. So for 5,000, give me Taysom Hill.
Okay, I like that. I almost picked him as an anytime touchdown scorer. So on that note, though, I will talk about the Smoking Token primetime parlay I have for this game. I always had to throw one out for the Thursday night game just to give yourself a little reason to watch it, just in case the game isn't done. So I like the Rams on the money line. Tyler Higbee is coming back off the injured list here. So Tyler Higbee, I like him as an anytime touchdown scorer. He seems to be a Matthew Stafford favorite in the red zone.
He is.
And then I also like Alvin Kamara, 29.5 yards over on the receiving.
Yep.
That was coming out at plus 706.
You think
plus 706?
Can you trust him like you did Eckler? I mean,
you know what? I'm not asking him to get in the end zone. I'm not asking him to get in the end zone. So,
just get the ball. Get us
just get and you know with those quarterbacks, they're going to dump down.
Yeah,
they're going to dump down to Kamara. I mean, so I can see him easily get that over 29.5. So that's my Smoking Token primetime parlay for that game. All right, so next up we're going into the Saturday slate because we got 2 Saturday games this week. We got 2 Saturday games. We got
good ones.
The Bengals and the Steelers. I think they're both still going to be possibly good games. We'll see what happens with these Chargers because they got they fired everybody in the building. They fired everybody in the building, so that's always a good promising sign. So
who do you like in Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Jason?
You know what? I kind of went back and forth with this game a whole lot. Mike Tomlin has a record of being always over 500 as a coach. Right now, the Steelers are right at 500. This is actually a game with them being in Pittsburgh. They lost a lot of games in Pittsburgh this season. I did not expect them to lose.
No.
It's being a division rivalry. I actually like Pittsburgh to win this game, cover the 1.5-point dogs that they are, and I actually like the under at 37.
Okay. Well, that's second game of the day, and we are in complete disagreement on this one.
Right.
We agree on the first one. We completely disagree on this. I think Cincinnati gets Pittsburgh's just too dysfunctional right now.
They are.
I don't know what is going on with Pittsburgh. But every time I touch them, I think they've lost 3 in a row. I'm not touching them this week, so they probably will win. But give me Cincinnati to cover that. I've got 2. Go into Pittsburgh, win that game, and I like the over at 37.
Okay, yeah, so we're in total disagreement on that one. But we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
We will.
Yeah, we know, like, usually when that total disagreement,
yeah,
I think so far so good. I think
slides to your favor.
I've enjoyed that favor on that end there. We're right at 56%, both of us this season right now, man. It's a neck-and-neck race. So down towards the end of the season, we'll see who comes out ahead. So, yeah, so who do you like fantasy-wise?
I like Tanner Hudson in this one. He has taken over the Cincinnati tight end job. The last 6 weeks, he's getting all the targets.
Yes,
there.
he is.
He's 4 to 6 targets a game, only 3,600. And Pittsburgh is dead last in the league against fantasy tight ends.
Yeah, so we can pretty much call Irv Smith Jr. the absolute bust coming out of Alabama because he didn't do anything with Minnesota. Thought he might do something when he got there with Cincinnati. So, yeah, he has done nothing.
Tanner Hudson last 6 weeks is dominating all the targets out of the tight end position.
Yeah, so that's a good call on that one. All right, so next up we got the Bills at the Chargers, the last Saturday game. Bills at the Chargers. All right, who do you like in that one, Bobby? This is a big spread on this one.
This is a huge spread, and I'm going to go with your philosophy on this one, the new coach.
Yes.
So I like the the Chargers to cover this 11.5. They are at home, so maybe that gives them something worth fighting for. But I like the Bills to go in and win, and I like the over in this one at 44.
Okay, so we're pretty close in this one, I think, all the way around. I think, except for I have 12.5, so I like that at 12.5. So if you got a chance to go between FanDuel or DraftKings, FanDuel's where you want to go right now because you can get the Chargers at 12.5. I like them to cover as well, Bills to win, and I'm also with the over. I had them at 43.5. Okay. All right, so who do you like in fantasy in this one?
Give me Gabe Davis because the Chargers are terrible against the pass.
Yes, they are.
5,300 this week, and he hasn't had a good breakout game in a couple of years.
Yeah, he really hasn't. I mean, it's been a rough season for Gabe Davis. Hey, James Cook he's cooking.
He is. I looked at James Cook, but man, his
it probably went up there at the last.
Rising.
He got 25 rushes last week, man.
I think he was sitting at 6,500.
Yeah, I mean, he got 25 rushes and was balling last week. Because you know what happens? I think sometimes you get these young offensive coordinators, just like with Kellen Moore. Same thing with Ken Dorsey up there in Buffalo. They got rid of him. These guys are trying to score so many points to get head coaching jobs as young coaches, be that offensive guru. So I actually like the fact that
they'd be the next McVay.
Yeah, exactly. They'd be that next up-and-coming young offensive genius. So, they kind of neglected the running game. And I think a couple of fumbles with James Cook got him on the bad list with Ken Dorsey. Yes. So, what I think.
Yeah, Buffalo, I mean, when they run the ball, they're dominant.
They're tough. I mean, and you saw like last week, they killed the Cowboys. Josh Allen only had 94 yards passing.
Yep.
So, crazy. I mean, you know what? When you run the foot, you imagine that. When you run the football, you dominate the game, you dominate the clock. Guess what you do? You fucking win. You fucking win games.
Well, I need that again this week, Buffalo. Run the ball because I'm going against Josh Allen in fantasy. We need no points.
Yeah, right. yeah. Because that's going to be a dogfight. You guys are Final Four. You go for your 3-time championship. Going for the first three-peat in our league there. All right. So then next up, we've got the Colts at the Falcons. Those lowly Falcons have been struggling here, and the surprising Colts have been battling.
And the Falcons cleaned house.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
No, they haven't cleaned house yet.
Him yet.
No, they haven't fired him.
They should have.
They probably won't do that till after the season, but I can't even blame that all on Artie Smith. I think that's a quarterback issue. Whoever the GM there.
It is for sure.
Whoever the GM there has really botched that whole quarterback position there.
In this one, I like Indianapolis to go into Atlanta, cover that one, or they're getting one actually. Win on the money line, and I like the under at 44.5.
We're in total agreement on that one. Okay. Not even going to dive much deeper into that one. I already talked about my feelings on both teams. So who you like fantasy-wise?
Give me Pitts, because Indianapolis gives up a lot of fantasy tight end points as well. He's going for as low as 4,000. That just shows you how bad his season's been. But Taylor Heineke is starting this week. So maybe they can throw the ball a little bit.
All right, yeah. I mean, Heineke's definitely going to do better than Desmond Ridder for sure. Definitely. All right, so next we got Director Dave's team, the new inherited team, the Green Bay Packers. We'll see how long they live in that, in that fandom. The Green Bay Packers at the Carolina Panthers. Green Bay Packers at the Carolina Panthers. I got the Packers at 4.5-point favorites there on the road. I like the Packers actually to cover that. Obviously hit the money line. I like the under at 36.5 on that one.
We agree all the way across the board on this one too.
All right.
Well, yeah, give me the Packers cover. I've got it at 5. Okay, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, about the same difference. And make sure you always look at the book. That's why we always give you odds on both books because we always want to go and hunt and see which is your best odds when you're going to do. So hurry up, Missouri. already get this shit here, so we have more options
already.
Yeah,
Jesus.
get it done. So we got more options, and we don't have to drive all the way to the hillside and get locked in our picks all right off the get go.
I haven't said his name in a while, but I'm bringing it back out because Hubbard, Chubba, baby.
Yes, sir.
Has taken that backfield over. It's his.
The resurgence of Chuba Hubbard, formerly known as Chubba, a.k.a. Bobby Light.
He's going off at 5,700. He's got a really favorable matchup. Green Bay, I think they're 21st against fantasy running backs this year. So.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's a good call right there on that one. Good call. So, all right, so we're sliding into the Sunday slate a little farther here. We got the return of C.J. Stroud, the Browns at the Texans. This is probably honestly, I would say, like, this is one of those games. See, we give all our picks out. Most gambling shows don't give all your picks. This is one of those games I don't know if I would touch.
Wouldn't touch.
Yeah, I wouldn't personally touch if I had to, but I'm not scared to put my record out there on the line.
Cleveland's a new team with Flacco.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
They're a brand new team. And with Stroud, you can definitely tell, like, Houston misses Stroud.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I was surprised to see Case Keenum in there last week. I was like, Case Keenum, what?
Hey,
and they pulled it off.
Because they tried with old Davis Mills, and he wasn't getting it done, man. So they bought it, which I was surprised anyway, and that shows you some of the politics that goes on with the NFL. Because, I mean, if you look at it, Case Keenum should have probably been the guy to go to anyway, but
I mean, here's your veteran presence
until you saw that Hail Mary throw. I had to go back and watch that game. His Hail Mary pass, it was like from the 50-yard line, man. I think he made it to the 3?
He doesn't have a big arm. He does not have a big arm.
Yeah, so but either way, without diving in that, who do you like? You said you like
Actually, I like Cleveland to go into Houston and win this game.
Who does DraftKings give you odds-wise on that
2.5.
2.5. I'm same thing with FanDuel. FanDuel gave 2.5.
And the over is 40, and I like the over as well.
Okay, and so both of them, you know what? We're in total agreement on that one.
Sure.
Total agreement on that one.
Wow, this is getting scary.
Hopefully we're like locked in and in sync, and we just both bang these shit out this week, man. Who do you like fantasy-wise in this one?
Give me Njoku. Damn, is he on a fucking
he's
heater.
balling, man.
He
is balling. But Flacco's always been a guy that like to go to the tight end, man. I remember Todd Heat from back in the day. Todd Heat out of Arizona State.
It's
took
working,
over for Shannon Sharp.
It's working.
Absolutely.
I wrote down finally because Njoku, we've always expected this out of him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was a big prospect coming out of University of Miami.
He is tearing it up now.
Yeah, he is. He's lighting it up. Season high, career high, 5 touchdowns. Yep. So, yeah, I like exactly where he's going on that one. All right. So, yeah, that's a good pick there. So, next up, we dive into the Lions and the Vikings. Lions and the Vikings.
This is probably my most interesting game of the week to me. The Lions, I mean, they turned it around last week against a good Denver defense, but Minnesota's defense has been playing really well.
Yes, it has.
I think this is going to be a dogfight.
It will.
No, they don't have a dome anymore, is it? That's open stadium.
You know what? Yeah, I don't know if it's a retractable roof. Maybe it might be a retractable roof. We'll get Director Dave on that one. But
I
sure
like
it might be
Minnesota to win at home, cover, or they're getting 3.5 points, which was surprised the shit out of me. And the under is 47.
Okay. All right. So we're in disagreement on this one.
Okay.
So this one we're in disagreement on. I actually like the Lions. I think the Lions are in that push. They kind of got a couple games that rocked them off of their high horse a little bit there. So actually, I have them at 3 through FanDuel. So I like the Lions to actually cover the 3 points that they're favored as. Obviously, hit the money line. I like the over at 46.5.
Okay.
I like the over at 46.5.
All right.
Yeah, I think the only way for me that the Minnesota might have a chance to really kind of dominate this game is if they can run the ball against Detroit. But be on the lookout because I think GJ is coming back at safety there.
Really?
So, yes. So they have Brian Branch, who's been an awesome safety there for them. And if they get GJ back on the opposite end for him at that other safety,
okay,
that might be an issue.
I had not heard that.
That might be an issue. So, all right, who you like fantasy-wise?
Oh, I'm rolling with my boy again, St. Brown, baby. He did it for me last week. He's going to do it again this week.
That motherfucker.
He just steps up at the end of the year.
Front flick his end zone.
All the time, baby. He just steps up. St. Brown all the way. You're going to spend $8,200 for him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he front flipped his way into that end zone. It was like, damn, that boy keeps doing it.
Yes,
keeps doing it. All right, so next up we got the Commanders, formerly known as the Washington Redskins, a.k.a. Deadskins,
Deadskins.
against the Jets in New York there. In New York, it's kind of 2 lost causes, basically.
Oh, Washington, I don't Ron Rivera's got to be gone.
Yeah, I mean,
he's just too old. I don't think he's got it.
I mean, he's just collecting a paycheck at this point. You know, we go sign off and get ready to collect that pension.
Yep.
Pretty much at this point. So yeah, I mean, you say you like the Jets?
I like the Jets to win this game at home, cover that 3 points, but give me the under at 36.
What's the juice you got on that one?
Oh, I don't.
No, I mean as far as like what does DraftKings give you favorite wise?
Oh, 3.
3. Okay, yep, same thing here. So 3 points. So yeah, same thing. I like the Jets. You like the under 2 as well?
Yes.
Okay, yep. So we're in total agreement on that
All
one.
right. So there's now been 8 games we've talked about, 6 agreements across the board,
Right.
2 disagreements.
Hey, we're getting to that time of year.
Okay.
We kind of know who is who and what is what now. We actually got some like case studies to go off
We
of
do,
now.
we
Yeah,
do.
we absolutely do.
There's still going to be some surprises.
Oh, there always is. It's the NFL. That's why it makes it the greatest league on earth. That's why it's the greatest league on earth. So who do you like fantasy wise?
In this game, give me who were we just talking about? Oh, Curtis Samuel. He is actually stepping up. He stepped up after. He caught one pass from Howe, but then when Brisket came in,
Jacoby
Brisket came in.
Jacoby Brissett.
Brisket. Jacoby Brisket. He threw another touchdown pass to Samuel. Samuel's had a really under-the-radar decent season.
Yeah, because they were getting their ass kicked, and he actually made the charge to make that game close there. I was afraid they were going to actually cover that spread because I actually had them not covering
Samuel in that game all day long.
Okay, nice.
I looked at Garrett Wilson as well, but I don't know.
It's just hard to go with that quarterback position right now.
Jets skill player.
He's a stud, but I mean, outside of like Breece Hall, I mean, he's just. It's too hard to go with any receivers on that team right now. Tough. It really is. All right, so next up we got the Seattle Seahawks with a big. That was my upset special last week. Was them beating the Eagles, going there and beating the Eagles. So, they got they're playing the Titans in Tennessee. Yep. Playing the Titans in Tennessee.
I think Seattle goes into Tennessee and wins this one.
I do. Who do you got? What do you got points wise on that
2.5.
Yep, I got 2.5 too as well.
And the under at 42. That's what I'm gonna go under.
Okay, I got under at 41.5. It's another one we're in total agreement on. Another one we're in total agreement on. I just think Tennessee, they don't really have a whole lot. No. And Seattle's fighting for the playoff life right now.
They just lost to Houston at home to Case Keenum.
Right, so. Exactly. Exactly. So, you know what? I mean, and Mike Vrabel's a great coach, but you can only do what you can do with when you got a roster that's kind of.
Roster is not good.
Yeah, it's just very short change on that roster there. So we're in total agreement. Who do you like fantasy on that one?
Smith and Jigba, man, he is heating up lately, too.
Yes,
I think he's taking over that number. Even though he's getting most of his stuff out of the slots, still, he's pretty much your number 2 wide receiver.
Oh, yeah.
Lockett has definitely taken a step back.
Being an undersized receiver, and he's lost a step or two as far as that. You can, as an undersized receiver, you can't lose a step or two and expect to be still.
You're just going to get jammed off your routes.
Exactly, and it's easy to bracket them in coverage wise.
So and Jigba.
Okay. Yeah, game-winning touchdown last week.
Fantasy routes.
Yeah, game-winning touchdown last week.
Yes, he did.
Game-winning touchdown. All right, so then next up we got the Jaguars, a Florida matchup here. Jaguars at the Buccaneers. Jaguars going down to Tampa Bay.
Yep.
All right, so I got them at 1.5. I got the Bucs at 1.5 point favorites.
I've got 1.
You got 1? Okay. So so Jacksonville actually plays well on the road, but I'm not sure about Trevor Lawrence and whether he's going to play or not. I'm not sure if Trevor Lawrence is going to play next. He got banged up a little bit with that game last week. Yeah, so I'm not sure what his status is.
But again?
Yeah, it was the knee. Then it was arm. He's getting beat up pretty good. I mean, the dude's tough as shit, though. Yeah. I mean, he said because they're talking about it. He's questionable in the game. If he misses this game, this will be the first game in his entire career he's ever missed. From going back to high school, he's never missed a game. So this will be interesting to see if he actually misses this game. But with that being said, I do like the Buccaneers to actually cover that 1.5 at home. I like the way Baker Mayfield's been playing. He probably had the game of his life last week. So I like him to cover that 1.5 points. And I like the under at 43.5. Okay,
we're in agreement on the Tampa as far as them winning at home and covering. But I like the over in this one. I think that I did not know that about Lawrence, so that and I originally made the pick.
And you never know because we thought with a high ankle sprain there was no way in hell he was going to play. The motherfucker still showed up and played. Yeah, he still came out and played.
So yeah, give me Tampa to win at home, cover that spread, but give me the over as well.
Okay, nice. Who do you like fantasy-wise?
I like Baker in this one.
You like Baker?
He's only going off at 6,000. You pair him up with Mike Evans. I mean,
and Chris Godwin had a great game last week, too.
Chris Godwin had a really good game.
He had a great game after his wife came out complaining that he was not getting used right. So wifey put in that pillow talk in there.
Baker's actually showed up this year. He's played really well for them.
Yeah, Baker is bald. He definitely is bald. All right, so next up we got that's another game that I wouldn't touch. If I didn't have to, I wouldn't touch. But
Arizona, I'm going to
Chicago. Yeah. We got the Cardinals at the Bears. Which I mean, the Bears. Both teams have been surprisingly good in games you wouldn't think they would have been good in.
Yeah, they keep it in, but Chicago just finds ways to lose. They really do.
And they're 4.5 point favorites in this one too, at home in Chicago. Who do you like in this one?
I like Arizona in this one.
Yeah.
I think Arizona goes into Chicago. They're getting 4. I'm giving them 4. They win in Chicago, and I like the over at 43.
Okay. All right. So we got a little bit of a disagreement on that one. I actually so this is one of those tricky ones that sometimes if you parlay together, you can really make a lot of money.
Right.
I didn't actually see what the actual juice was when it does it, but actually I have 4.5 that I had the Cardinals being underdogs at. I actually like the Cardinals to cover that. I like the Bears to actually get the win.
Okay.
And I like the under at 43.5.
All right.
Like the under at 43. That's one of those, if you combine that all the way together, it's a good payout.
I imagine that's probably a damn good
I mean, you're probably looking at somewhere between 550 to 625 if you combine all three of those into a parlay.
Okay.
So I like that one a lot. Who do you like fantasy in this one?
Give me Rashawn Johnson in this one. I think he's taken over the lead backfield for Chicago.
Yeah,
Foreman didn't get it done last week. Herbert's obviously not getting it done since he got hurt. I think he only has like 15, 16 carries in like 5 weeks. Johnson's getting most of the work, and he's only $4,800.
You know who Khalil Herbert reminds me of? Remember when they had the Eagles, and he actually went to the Bears too, I think. I can't remember if he was at the Bears first and went to the Eagles or vice versa. But Jordan Howard. Remember that running back, Jordan Howard?
Yeah, Jordan, I think he's out of Miami too.
Yeah. He's got one of them like heavy feet backs. You know, it's like I just feel like he's running in cement half the time. You know, that's kind of where I look at with that one. So Rashawn Johnson, I like that as a good pick.
Definitely Herbert was a wasted draft pick this year. That's for sure.
Hey, but you're still in it, baby. You're still in it. All right, so next up we got our Cowboys, who I picked to lose last week because
you did. You called.
You know, I just had that feeling, and watching the Cowboys for as long as I had, it just was one of those things. It's like, I kind of feel like they're going to shit the bed on this one.
And they did. They shit the bed.
With that being said, I actually like, because this is one of those teams that both teams get accused of not being able to beat good teams.
Good teams. Yep.
So this is a battle of front-running teams here, in my opinion. So I actually like the Cowboys to go down to Miami, win that game, actually hit the money line. I like the over at 51.5 because I got the Cowboys as 1.5-point dogs down there in Miami.
All right. I like it.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at on that.
I like it all the way across the board on that one. I'm still keeping my Dallas fandom hat on. I mean, I made a mistake last week. Jason called it, but go Dallas.
Right. Go fucking Cowboys.
Give me Tony Pollard in this game. He has not had a good year.
Yeah.
He has not had a good year. He's only had one 100-yard rushing game on the season. That was in week 2. If Dallas really wants to be a serious contender, they've got to get some kind of running game.
That's my biggest part that scares me on how far they can go in the playoffs, because I preached this to everybody last year that was screaming, get rid of Zeke, get Tony Pollard. And I said, the reason why Tony Pollard looks good is because he plays half the snaps that he has to play. He doesn't have to do any pass protection. He doesn't have to do any of those things that take your legs away as a running back.
Yeah, he's definitely taken a step back as the lead back.
I mean, he wasn't. I knew that watching this and watching football for as long as I had. He's not a lead back. He's a sprinkle in a little bit of sauce and a little flavor to your dish.
He's a bigger guy than you initially think, too.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, he's not a 20.
But he's not a between the tackle guy. That's the thing. He's not a between the tackle. And there's certain times in the NFL, you have to have a guy that knows. And that's one thing, if you look at Zeke, that's why he had like 12 touchdowns last year. Zeke is good at being able to get you 3-4 tough yards, those first downs. And that's what that offense has been missing more than anything else. So, but with the Dolphins being that game there, I mean, they got a lot of space between their gaps and tackles. As long as you stay away from Christian Wilkins,
right?
Yeah, I mean, they got some holes there that are susceptible.
Yeah, I think Dallas actually wins this one.
Yes. So I like that as far as let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. All right, so next up we got the Patriots at the Broncos. Broncos with a disappointing
Broncos
performance.
Definitely disappointing.
And that's where it fucked me fantasy-wise, and where I say sometimes you can't always rely on the stats through the course of the season, because Jared Goff threw 5 touchdowns against the Broncos in that one game last week that I didn't see coming. Should have saw it coming, but I didn't see it coming. Because before that, the previous 5 weeks, they'd only given up 4 touchdown passes. The previous 5 weeks, and they gave up 5 in that one fucking game. They say goodbye to my fantasy season.
Denver did not have a good week last week, but I think they bounce back this week. They're at home. Obviously, New England, I mean, they're still fighting. You can tell they're fighting for Belichick, but they're just not good enough. I think they cover this thing. It's 6.5. They're plus 6.5. I think they cover Denver on the money line, and give me the over. It's at 34.5.
All right, we got the same line, same odds, everything, and we're in total agreement on that one. Right. Total agreement. So I won't dive any more to my opinion on that game. Who do you like in fantasy on that one?
I like Zeke in this game.
Do you? Okay.
Denver's 31st against fantasy running backs this year, and I think Zeke. Did they only sign him to 1 or 2?
Yeah, I think it was 1 year. Yeah, it was 1 year.
So I mean, he's still looking for a job next year.
Oh yeah.
So keep pounding it away.
Come on back to Dallas if you have to.
Yeah, no kidding.
At least for the pass pro. So, all right, I like that one. All right, so the next up, we're going into, what do we got here? Do we have? No, there's no way.
I've got Vegas, Kansas City.
Oh, I got Vegas, Kansas City. I'm just making sure. Am I reading that right? There's no way that this is 3 Monday night games.
Yep.
Oh wow! Oh yeah!
I
it's Christmas. It's Christmas. I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Christmas.
Oh, okay. Now I remember now. Okay, so this is Christmas. That's right. This is the Christmas invasion in the NBA territory by the NFL.
That's right. That's right. Because the NBA does.
Yeah, the NBA. That's usually a big day. Usually, back in the day when I was a kid, the only time I even started watching the NBA was on Christmas Day. So
do you have time on there? What time's it start?
101 is what it is. So
okay.
12 o'clock Eastern time, 12 o'clock Central time for us. So 12 o'clock kickoff time.
I did not know this. This is exciting.
Yeah, I know. The Christmas, go ahead. Fuck your family.
Yeah,
Let's go football.
Let's watch football. Fuck your kids.
Get them kids their gifts early and get your ass to the TV, baby. Let's go. Sorry, we got the Raiders at the Chiefs. It's a big spread here.
Yeah,
the Raiders who put up 63 last week.
Yes, they did.
Killed that over-under by halftime. Killed that over-under by halftime last week.
21-0 after the first quarter out. I knew we were
42-0 at the half. It's like, geez.
Wow.
All right, so I got 10 points. I had the Raiders that are 10-point dogs on this one. I actually like the Raiders to cover this, though, because Kansas City's been so suspect. The Raiders have still got a lot to fight for. They're not out of it yet. I do think the Chiefs will pull it off in KC, and I like the over at 41.5.
Totally, all the way across.
Oh, man,
we
agreed a lot in this week.
We
agreed a lot this week.
This is crazy.
Yes,
we've only had 3 games where we've had any difference.
Yeah. This is we're on the same, and then literally I just kind of locked in today, like really going where I wanted to go this week. So that's amazing. We only had that many disagreements. Who do you like fantasy-wise?
I did not write down his first name. I'm not even good. White, the running back that has taken over for Jacobs.
Oh, was it Zahir White? Or
I think so.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it starts with a Z. It starts with a Z. So
White, he's going off for 5,000 right now, and Jacobs is still questionable. And he's had really good last three weeks in a row. Mm-hmm. He's been really good. I think he's probably... You're looking at your Raiders' future running back.
Yeah, possibly. Definitely possible. I mean, right now, like nobody running back wise has a solidified future really in this day. But
maybe for the foreseeable future.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Don't be surprised with the Cowboys if they don't draft a running back early this offseason.
They probably should.
Yeah, they're going to probably have to. Yeah, because, I mean, right now, running back-wise, nobody has a locked-in job for a long-term period. All right, so then next up, we got the Giants at the Eagles in that midday game at 3:30 kickoff. The Giants at the Eagles. This is usually a tight one.
Yeah, I always like this game.
But you know what? Tommy DeVito.
You think the Magic's gone?
I think the Magic is gone, man. I think the Gabagool has gone rotten. I think the Gabagool has gone rotten on this one, man.
Okay.
So and the Eagles really they need to bounce back and win to keep pace because they dropped this game because if the Eagles went out, they can win the division.
Yep.
I with this being in Philadelphia, because they got to play the Giants twice. I think they get this one here. I got them as 11.5 point favorites.
Yep.
I think the Eagles actually cover this one.
Okay.
Win and actually I hit the under at 42.5.
Okay, you going under. Well, okay. I agree that the Eagles do win this game, but I think the Giants cover this because this is a division game and they always seem to play tighter than I would expect.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The Eagles are a far better team than the Giants. They should blow them out.
And it's another one of those like kind of like with Washington. It's a short road trip too. I mean, it's not. I mean, in Philadelphia to New Jersey, that's a short trip.
But I like the over in this one. Give me 43. They've got 43 down.
Okay.
This one. So we're gonna agree on Philly on the money and disagree on the other two.
Yep, disagree on the other two. Who you like fantasy wise in this?
I like Waller. He came back. He had 4 catches last week after coming back off the injury report. The Eagles are 24th against tight ends as far as fantasy goes this year. So give me Waller.
I got a little bitter fucking thing with Darren Waller, man. You know me. I've drafted him the last 3 seasons. Darren Waller, here's what I got for you. Here's what I got for you, Darren Waller. I like his ball player, but on my fantasy team, this is what I got for you. Double them up, baby. All right. So, all right, this is gonna be the game of the week right here, and possibly your Super Bowl matchup. Yep. Possibly. Oh, I can't wait. Now, this is one I'm gonna have to throw some juice on. Wait a little bit closer till we get to that day and time. Oh, yeah. Because this one, we got the Ravens at the 49ers.
I might have to make that trip like Christmas morning.
Oh, man, just because, I mean, you guys, I mean, this is going to be the possible Super Bowl matchup right here. Ravens at the 49ers. I got the Niners as 5.5 point favorites in this one in San Francisco. You got it at 5?
Yep.
You know what? just the way the Niners have been playing. I know the Ravens have been playing amazing too, but I mean, I like the way the Niners have been playing. I mean, they've just been so unstoppable looking. Yes, I think they cover that. I think they cover it. I think they're going to hit the money line, obviously, and I like the over at 46.5.
Okay, we agree on San Francisco wins on the money line. I like the over as well, but I think this is going to be a tight game.
Yeah.
And they keep it close. And at 5, if it's a field goal game, that's Baltimore all day.
See, I like the backdoor cover.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I was looking at it. Some backdoor cover where Baltimore's having to try and score late in the game, and then all of a sudden maybe a turnover. Yeah, something stupid like that. Yeah, I like the backdoor
I can see
cover.
That happening, but I'm going to go with Baltimore.
Yeah, hey, but that's gambling, baby.
Yeah,
that's gambling. What do you like fantasy-wise?
Isaiah Likely, again, this is the 3rd week in a row I've said his name. There's no reason. If you're going to play a cheap fantasy player in this game, it's Isaiah Likely.
He's been balling.
4,200 points.
Yeah, he's been balling.
And San Francisco just got beat up last week versus Arizona's Trey McBride.
Oh, yeah.
He went off a 7.
He's been balling, man.
For 104 yards. So, Baltimore, Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, he's been balling. He has definitely been balling. Yeah. All right, man. Well, that wraps up this slate here. Man, so let's see. This should be a good Christmas.
This will be a good one.
Especially at least Christmas night. At least Christmas night for sure. All right. Well, thanks again for tuning in for Week 16. Make sure you have a happy holiday. Hanukkah's over.
Yep,
Merry
Christmas, everybody.
Happy Kwanzaa, all that other shit. Happy New Year and all that good stuff. It's been a blast. Make sure you like and subscribe. Add to the comment section. It's been a blast for you, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Let's keep riding.
Merry Christmas.
Peace.